Well, good morning, everybody. It's, what is today? Today's Friday. Hey, it's Friday. We did it. Thought I'd invite this little young fella. This is Rufus, our one-day-old little baby ram, new to the farm. And he and his mama are staying dry out of the rain. Rufus, you go be with your mama. Yeah, she's mad. Good mama. Anyway, I wanted to talk about my thankfulness for our church children's ministry and its ability for my to equip my oldest daughter, Camden, to self-diagnose herself with a heart problem. I'd noticed a bit of, we're going to call it defiance, because that was what it came across as. And to a man, ultimately, we seek out to find respect in our household. And her quiet attitude upon my request to do things I took as disrespectful in almost a defiance-like manner, and trying to figure out what's going on here, because this had been going on 36 hours, kind of the same attitude all day since she'd been stirring, really since Wednesday night. Wednesday night was when she had the youth group with our church leaders, and they talked about having a hard heart. Having a heart problem. And I could tell that whatever message that was, I didn't know this until her and I spoke one-on-one last night, that something was stirring inside of her. The spirit was alive, doing some work, busting up those strongholds that she had so well crafted to conceal certain sin, and she wanted to bust through that. She wanted away from that, and she wanted a soft heart. She just didn't know what to do. And so last night, I took her one-on-one, and we spoke for a while, and we talked, and you know, because we as men, we ultimately want to get to the root of the problem as fast as possible. The problem about getting to the root of the problem is we must give it time to come to the surface. And sometimes I've learned that takes time. If we try to go to the inner layers to find a problem, it hasn't distilled itself, and many times the problem hasn't made itself clear enough, descriptive enough to our brain or our heart or whatever has caused the problem. Another interesting thought, and this is one of our principles that we hang on our wall, is that we don't fix problems with the same mindset we used to create them. And while this is still a bit above her head for 7 years old, we talked about what types of things caused her heart to be hard. And I told her I suffer from the same thing. Just because she's a child and I'm an adult doesn't mean that I don't have a hard heart. I have a hard heart all the time, and I have to daily take a heart softener. And that is done many different ways. Spending time in the Word, spending time in prayer, letting them see me in prayer, letting them see me in the Word. Not something I have always been a great example of. But as of recent, some friends of ours gave us this awesome 2-book series on navigating your way through the Bible in 52 weeks. And it has just made me so curious, that's the goal. Are you curious? This morning we're reading in Deuteronomy that the goal for God was to make them of a peculiar people. There's so many different laws in the Old Testament talks about it, and it's overwhelming and it's exhausting to read about what life was like before Jesus. And not that life is any less strict, but living in the Spirit makes life way more simple than the Levitical, Old Testament, Moses, do this, don't do this type of living. So I'm thankful. It makes me thankful. Anyway, back to the heart problem. We prayed last night that God was going to soften her heart when she woke up this morning, and He did. And in such a timely manner. When she woke up, I could just tell by the look on her face, she was transformed. She was a new person. So, man, this is much easier for us to relate to daughters than it is our sons. For whatever reason, I don't know. But if your daughter's got a heart problem, I would suggest we get in there and figure out what's going on. Because if we don't figure it out, some other guy's going to, and he's going to take advantage of it. Because ultimately, there's a void in there, something needs fixed. Anyway, thought I'd share it with you. I learned something from the situation, and if you're a dad out there and your daughter's got a heart problem, well, the word will fix it. Anyway, I'll be praying for you. Hope you guys are doing well on this rainy, cold Friday, and we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.